अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Good morning to my dear students. Let me first adjust the camera. Okay. Let's begin to read Albert Einstein at School. I already finished the first part of this lesson. Now we are here on the second video, second part of this lesson. Let's try to understand this lesson. Very easy lesson. We'll come to know about one of the greatest scientists named Albert Einstein. He was very against the rote learning, the education based on only facts and theory. He was totally against. He believed that education should demand the attention of your mind, and it should not be based on rote learning or memorizing, but rather it should based on ideas. It should based on practical. So let's understand about this lesson. If you have any query, question, you can write down in comment box. Right. I would request all the students to have the textbook in your hand, page number 26. Let's read together. But at least you have room of your own, which is more than I can say. Albert Einstein was complaining. He was complaining about the place where he was living. He was tired of the constant noise of children, as children were being beaten by the landlady. Right. And he was tired of the noise. So his friend Yuri was there giving him consolation, saying that at least he had a room. Said Yuri when he called round in the evening. At least you live among civilized human beings, even if they are all poor students, said Albert. Albert was saying that, my brother, you are living among civilized people, even if they are all poor students. And Yuri replied, they are not all civilized. The place where I was living are not civilized people. They are very notorious. They are very notorious. Yuri replied, did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in a duel? And Yuri asked him a question, reported that if he was not knowing that one of the student was killed last week in a duel, in a fighting. Duel means fighting. And what happened to the one who killed him? And you know, the place where I was living, very notorious place. And one of them was killed. And you know what happened? A person who killed him? Nothing, of course. He is even proud of it. His only worry is that the authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. No action has been taken against him. And authorities didn't say, only the authority, what action did the authority take against him? The authorities just only told him not to fight anymore. That is the only action taken against him. And that person, he is upset about this because he hasn't single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. He has no any scar on his face that can show him a brave. And he is very upset about it. And I am living among such uncivilized, barbaric, and very uncivilized people. I am living among such people. Maxim Albert, and these are the students, and these are the Albert Einstein was astonished to know about these students. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. You will be also a student one day. Albert Einstein said, I doubt it, said Albert glumly, sadly. Now let me explain in a nutshell so you can understand well. Now here we are introduced to his friend Yuri, who is also not very fortunate. He reminds Albert that he should be glad about the fact that he has a room of his own to live, even though the neighborhood is not something he likes. In return, Albert reminds Yuri that even though Yuri lives among poor students, they are all civilized and non-violent. Yuri interrupts to correct him that not all of them have manners. And only last week one was killed in a fight. The one who killed him did not face any circumstances except never being allowed to play a duel again. The only regret that guy head was that he won't be able to show off a scar as a symbol of bravery. Albert sighs at the state of student pursuing diploma. Yuri then gives Albert some hope by saying that he will be a student too, to which Albert expresses his doubtfulness. This is the explanation. Very easy to understand. No need to worry. I don't think I will ever pass the exam for the for the school diploma, because Albert Stein was tired of studying and he was tired of the education system, and he stopped reading, and he says that he don't think that he would ever pass this diploma. He told his cousin Elsa. Now now his cousin sister, whose name is Elsa, she also came to visit him, and there was a conversation between Elsa and Einstein. He told his cousin Elsa the next time she came to Munich. She came to Munich. Munich is the city of Germany. Normally she lived in Berlin, where her father had business. She is from Berlin, but she had come to visit her brother Einstein. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exam, Albert. She is there giving consolation. She is trying to make him cool and calm, saying that you would be able to pass this exam. He had enough talent if you tried, she said. I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. She said that there are many stupid students. Who can go through this exam easily, and you are more talented, you are intelligent, and you will be able to pass this diploma. They say you don't have to know anything, you don't have to understand what you are taught, just be able to repeat it in the exam. This is only the formula. This is only, she says that you don't need to learn, you don't need to know anything, you just need to learn it, and you just need to learn it, and you just put it on paper, and you will be able to pass it. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. Albert says, that is my trouble. I am not able to learn it. I am not able to memorize it. I am against the rote learning system. I don't like such learning. I don't like such education based on facts and rattamari. I am not good at learning things by heart, she said. So Albert expressed his concern to his cousin Elsa, saying that it is not very likely for him to pass exam. Elsa, who had come to visit Einstein in Munich, normally live in Berlin, the place of her family business. Elsa tried to convince Albert to learn just enough to pass the exam by learning and repeating facts, and that she had seen lot of dull guys do it. Albert again explained that learning things by heart is not his best shoot. You don't need to be good at it. You don't need to be good at. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm. You don't need to know everything about it. You just need to learn it, and just like become parrot, and you will be able to pass the exam correctly. You will be able to pass exam with flying color. And she saw Albert Stein along with book, and she pointed out, saying that I always see you reading a book. What is that book? Added Elsa. What is the one you are reading? And Albert Stein answered, a book on geology. See, he is a man of science. He likes subject relating to science. He doesn't like this art subject. He doesn't like reading poems and stories and all these. And he says that I like geology. Geology, rocks and things. Do you learn that? She asked question that you learn all this, you study. These are not the subject to be taught in the diploma, and still you are studying. Do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. We don't have science in our diploma. I don't like such education. Then why are you studying it? Why are you studying when you don't have such books in your syllabus? Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that good enough reason? Elsa sighed. You're right, of course, Albert, she said, but it will not help you with your diploma. Okay, it is good that you are studying, but it will not help you to pass your diploma. From this point, I can say that one should pursue education not because he is forced to pursue education. One should study not because he is compelled or he is forced by his parents. We should go, we should pursue such an education, such a stream or such a line where we are interested. I have seen many students taken science or commerce because their friends have taken. No, we should ask, we should know about ourselves, our ability, our talent, and according to our aptitude, our interest, and our hobbies, we should pursue that line. As this is an example of Albert Stein. Albert Stein doesn't like studying all these stories and poems and all these. He doesn't like rote learning. He doesn't like essays. He likes ideas. He likes science, where he can use his mind, where he can where he can change, where he can throw challenge. He doesn't like all this. So he only like to study what he like to study, right? And because of that, because of his natural instinct towards the science, natural tendency towards science, he become one of the greatest scientists in the world. So we are learning from this lesson that we should study what we like it, otherwise we should give up. Let me explain you. Elsa presented her counter argument that anyone can like a parrot, but for that one need to try, which Albert doesn't. She then expressed irony by mentioning that he always has a book under his arm. Albert tells her that it is a book on geology, which is not taught in school. He adds that they are hardly taught science at school. Elsa doesn't understand why is he reading the book if it is not part of his curriculum. Albert clarifies that he likes studying science and consider it reason a good enough to read it. Elsa understands this, but also warn him that it is not going to help him in passing his diploma. Apart from books on science, his only comfort was music, and he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. He was extremely fond of music, and he was extremely fond of playing violin. And he continued to play till his landlady, the owner of that house, asked him to stop. That swelling get on my nerves, she said. There is enough noise in this house with all the kids howling. And she said, as Einstein was playing that violin and it make noise, and she pointed towards the Einstein that stop it, that it's a horrible and terrible for him to have such noise, and he stopped playing violin. And he says that there is enough noise in the house with all kids howling, and there is much noise is there. The place where he was living is full of noise. Children are always crying and are always making noise. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them howl. Howl means noise. But he decided it was better to say nothing. He was tired of noise, and he was saying to his friend Yuri that it was only the landlady, the owner of the house, who made the children cry too much. But he decided to be silent. Albert was very fond of reading science books. That the only other thing that brought him joy and peace was music. He played his violin a lot, but only until his landlady told him to stop. The sound supposedly irritated her, and she justified by saying that kids already make lots of noise in the house. Albert wanted to say that she is the one who made her kids cry all the time, but somehow resisted the urge to say it, probably for the better. I must get away from here, he told Yuri. He was tired of that place and he wanted to get rid of that place. After 6 months alone in Munich, he was there for 6 months in that particular city, Munich. It's absurd that I should go on like this, and in the end it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. It will be a better for all if I stop now. They see how mature that person Einstein was. He was aware of it, that he is there wasting his father money, and he will not ultimately he will not be able to get anything out of this diploma because he doesn't like to study. He is aware of it, the consequences, and he wanted to get rid of it. He doesn't want to pursue the diploma and he wanted to get rid of it, and he was aware of it that it will bring nothing but zero result at last, and he is there wasting his father money, and he is there expressing his concern towards his concern to he's expressing his anguish and concern to his friend Yuri, and that what will you do? Yuri asked. If you want to get rid of it, if he doesn't want to pursue diploma, then what will you do? Yuri asked Einstein. I don't know. If I go to Milan, I'm afraid my father will send me back. He has been forced to pursue diploma, and says that he wanted to go to Milan, where he can pursue his education according to his choice. But if he go to Milan, his father will force him to go to the Munich and finish first diploma, unless his eyes gleam with sudden idea. And he got an idea suddenly. What idea? Let's see. Yuri, do you know any friends, any friendly doctors? And he asked question. If he was knowing any friendly doctors, I know lots of medical students, and some of them are friendly. He said Yuri, yes, I know there are many students who are pursuing their medical degree, medical profession, and I know many of them, and they are very friendly to me. Said you, doctor? No, I don't know the doctor. I have never had enough money to go to one. Why? No, I didn't have that much money to go and visit the doctor. But why are you asking about the doctor? Let me explain you. After being in Munich alone for 6 months, Albert expressed to Yuri that he feels it's high time he move away from here. This is no point in carrying on like this, because if he does, it is only going to result in wastage of his father's money, everyone's time and efforts. Yuri asked if he has any backup plan, to which Albert says that going to Milan would not be such a great idea because his father would send him back. They were discussing all about it when suddenly an idea occurred to him. He asked Yuri if he knew any doctor. Unfortunately, Yuri could never afford to go to one, but he did have lots of friends from the medical field. We stop over here. Inshallah, we'll continue from the third video. If you have any query, you can write down in the comment box. Allah Hafiz.